We're going to configure SDK buffering to fan to an HA Pi collective in this video. For a long time, the Pi buffer subsystem has been able to fan out API data to a Pi collective so that each member had the same copy of information. But with SDK data, we had to write to one member or to the other member, and we couldn't simultaneously write to both. With the new SDK and the new Pi buffer subsystem, we can use SDK buffering to painlessly fan out this data to all members of a collective so that they have the same copy of information. In this video, we'll look at how to configure this SDK buffering to fan to an HA collective. Okay, we're on the node that we'll be sending SDK data from. I have Pi System Management Tools and Processbook. I'll be writing with both of those. Now, I've already installed this, but if you haven't, you'll need to install the 2010 R2 SDK package. And if this is a 64-bit machine, you'll need to install both the 64 install and the x86 install. Our first step is going to be to open up the SDK Utility. I'm planning on buffering to this collective right here and fanning to it. And I'll see that I can connect with the utility. Okay, and now to make sure I can connect with Pi buffer subsystem, I'm going to go into Pi SDK buffering. I'll enable Pi SDK buffering. And if buffering isn't running already, you'll just press restart pibufss to get it started. And after that, you will be able to select from your known servers table which server you want to buffer and fan to, or which collective. This is a collective. Okay. There we go. Pi buffer subsystem buffering to PB support. You might need to select it twice and save it twice, but once you get this message here, you should be good to go. So first off, let's open up System Management Tools and have a look. I'm going to pull up the same tag, but on the two different collective members. My collective here, and then I have a tag from the primary and the same tag on the secondary in two different tabs. And if I switch back and forth, you can see that it's the same value in each one of those. This is the secondary here. Okay. Now if I open up a Processbook display, I'll be able to annotate to it, and we'll see that it gets fanned to both collective members. Well, that starts up. Okay. Great. Now, like we did with the other buffering, we're going to want to check to see if these have actually successfully registered with pibufss. And we can see what programs have registered if we just run pibufss-creg, and we can see that System Management Tools and Processbook have both successfully registered. All right. Now if I come on here and I find the tag that I'm interested in, .pv, and I find a time, how about the most recent one here, and I'll just write a test annotation. Great. So we see that it was written to the server. And now if I come into System Management Tools and refresh both of these displays, I'll be able to see that annotation on one server and on the other server. So the annotation was sent to both servers, which is what we want. Now it's interesting to note that System Management Tools has a special capability, which is it can write to a single server and only to that server, even when it's being buffered by the SDK. So if I come to this member here and find this value and write an annotation to it, SMT annotation, I'll see that it was written to the primary, but now when I come to the secondary, still that one from Processbook is the only annotation we see. So again, we see the Processbook annotation on both, but we see the SMT annotation only on the primary. Again, the Processbook annotation and that SMT annotation didn't make it to the secondary, which is by design. All right, so that's how you set up buffering. And again, once you do that to a collective, it's good practice to test buffering, but you can check that out. It's the same procedure we use for the other SDK testing video.